What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video on the S&E Ants YouTube channel. Wow, I don't even know where to start, to be quite honest with you. Let's go over with what we're going to talk about in this video. I wanted to give you just a quick update on the colonies. I got everybody out for the most part, and I want to kind of go over some updates and fill you in what's going on from the previous video that we just watched a couple weeks ago, and we'll get right into it and go from there. All right, everybody, welcome back. For all the new folks, I welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, to be quite honest with you. Again, when I was in a couple hundred subscribers, I was super appreciative of everyone. I got to 1,000. I was ecstatic, and now I'm actually over 2,000 here recently, which blew my mind, just off the last video, which was actually crazy. So thank all of you. Let's get into the update that we talked about kind of last video. So last video we pulled two of the big colonies out of diapause and one of the smaller colonies here, and we talked about pulling out the Camponotus here. So let's go over a couple things since last video, and I want to preface what I'm about to say with it's normal for some of this to happen, so I don't want anybody to freak out. The Camponotus Decipiens colony that I had started here, the queen unfortunately did not make it, and some of the workers did not make it. This colony was not strong going into diapause. If you watch the videos, some colonies make it their first year, some of them don't. And this particular queen, she started her colony. She had a bunch of nanetics. She started actually getting a couple minor workers, and they were actually pretty big, but for whatever reason, I don't know if I moved them into the mini hearth too soon or what the deal was, but they did not make it. The queen did not make it through diapause, and I usually give my queens plenty of time to wake up, but this queen, for whatever reason, I guess the workers knew she was dead, but they started to more or less tear her apart. So this colony is out of action for now. I need to clean up the nest, and hopefully we can get a new colony of another species that because again, everybody that who's welcome or been on the channel for a while now will know that I'm a Camponotus lover. So all my colonies right now are Camponotus, and I want to kind of branch into something else. I'm not really a harvester ant kind of guy. I have kept them in the past. I think everybody knows. I've kind of gone over this again with my experiences when I was younger. Everybody had a Milton's ant farm. I did too with the harvester ants, but I'm just not keen on them. They're just not really exciting for me. So we're going to kind of clean this nest up, and we're actually going to put it off screen here because it's not important. So let's go over the two Pennsylvanicus colonies. So again, if you're an OG guy or girl, this colony is my OG colony that was in this nest. So let me kind of move some things around. In the last video, I told you that I had these two connected, and I was trying to get them to move from big nest to smaller nest because colony crashed on me, and I was hoping to revive the colony more or less. So I still have some moving to do. I told you I was going to manually move them, which I've manually moved half the colony into here. The other half is still in here, but the queen is moved over. Most of the brood has been moved over. I just need to get the rest of the workers out of here. They have water, so I don't think it's anything wrong. Again, same thing here. They did end up bringing a bunch of their trash, and as you can see up here, the nest was too big, and when I originally moved this colony into this huge nest, all of it was full, minus a little bit, but almost all of this is full. But the colony just had a crash, and a lot of them died off, and they couldn't maintain the space. So it became a challenge for the colony itself to kind of maintain itself. They started putting the trash in into the nest, and if you ever see this as an ant keeper, this normally means that they have too much space. If they're starting to put all the trash into chambers, they have too much space, and they're not putting it in the outworld because they'd rather walk in the space of the nest that's not used. So just keep an eye on this as a telltale sign that the nest is too big, and you can see all of the space here. It's just honestly it's too big. So I got something smaller for them to move into. They started dumping their trash into this nest, and then once I started manually moving the rest of the colony over, they actually moved most of the trash they had moved in the nest outside, which is good. I do have this terrible habit with Camponotus. Every Camponotus colony I've had always likes to congregate outside in the outworld. Even if they have enough space, they always love to be outside. I don't know. I'm still trying to honestly figure that out myself. But this particular colony is the first colony. So this is Camponotus pennsylvanicus colony number 1. This is the OG colony with the OG queen. So as you can see, I've moved most of the colony in here. You can see they have a lot of their brood and their eggs and larvae already here, which is great. I'm just trying to get some shots of that for you. But they got everything moved over. Again, the ants themselves look great. They're healthy. You know, they don't look like they're starving or anything like that. I have water here and the sunburst ant nectar here. The queen is in here, and I kind of talked about this last year where this particular queen, and I'm hoping that she's okay, and if I can find her on camera, I can show you what I'm dealing with here is, so she's right in the middle of screen, right here. Right at the tip of my finger, and so you can't see it because of all the other ants, but we have two things that have happened. I dealt with this last year with this particular queen stayed in diapause well after I pulled the colony out. It took like 2 weeks for her to wake up. And again, from what I understand and all my experiences so far, this is pretty normal for a pennsylvanicus queen, and it just happens sometimes. So again, I'm hoping that this is a situation again with her this year is, you know, it's just taking her a little longer to wake up. The idea here was to pull them all out of diapause, leave them off heat for about 2 weeks, let them kind of wake up on their own, room temperature, and then I'll introduce heat. So right now we're about a week into the last video. So I'm gonna wait another week before I put any heat on them. But I'm hoping she's okay. I'm hoping that, you know, she'll come out of it, her hibernation, diapause, and everything will be okay. The colony itself looks fine. Again, you know, I feel like if the fridge that I keep them in was too cold, the rest of the colony would have died too. So that's like how I kind of think about that is, if it was too cold, the rest of the colony I feel like would have died too. But you know, she's the only one right now that seems to be still asleep. So again, I'm gonna hold off on her. I do need to manually move the rest of the colony here into here, and then we'll be good to go. Now, our second colony we went over was our second Camponotus pennsylvanicus colony. So this is the second pennsylvanicus colony that I brood boosted. That was like one of my most popular videos, and if you haven't seen that, check the playlist. I put all of the ants in their own kind of playlist so you can kind of follow along with how I've had them. But I did a video where this particular colony was doing great, my first pennsylvanicus colony. I took some cocoons, pupae, yes, and brood boosted this queen because I got this queen from another supplier, and the queen would not start her own colony. She had such trouble founding that I took some brood out of here, gave it to her, and again, that video is in the playlist. It's actually, you know, one of my most popular videos. She did well. She started off, and here we go. You know, this colony is honestly bigger than my main colony now, which is, you know, sad, but I mean, some of them are stronger than the others. Now, again, same deal. Sunburst ant nectar, water. I do need to give them some more water, but this was the custom 5x5 that Mac over at Tar Heels, and I've linked him in the last video in the description. I'll link his website again. He does these nests. All these nests are his, but he does custom nests too. And this particular one was like it's like a fortress type nest that he does. But I got him to do a custom 5x5, and it's got deep chambers in the back. But so anyway, like I was saying, the goal here is to clean this nest out, get this entire colony in here, and then move this colony into this nest. For more space. Now, looking at this nest, they may not need it right off the bat, which again, I told you in the last video, I wanted to kind of move everybody into their nest early in the year and then be done. I don't want to be moving ants the rest of the year. I've had to do that a couple times, and I don't like it. It's a headache. It's just annoying. So I want to move them once, leave them in it, and this year, and then kind of moving forward, do that where they get an upgrade at the beginning of the year, and the rest of the year they're fine. So so this particular one, this is my favorite colony. Again, OG pennsylvanicus, second pennsylvanicus, and then this is my favorite. This is my Castaneus colony that I got from Mac. So you can see very dirty ant species compared to these. I don't know why these, from what I understand, are dirt-dwelling Camponotus species, and they just keep their nests a mess, and they always have. They've always been like that if you look back on the channel. I do need to clean out their outworld. Again, I just pulled these out of diapause today. I was trying to let all of the workers and brood and everything get moved out of here into this nest, so I can hopefully move these out. But it looks like they have plenty of space for now, and I might let them warm up and kind of wake up to see where we're going. But I wish their nest wasn't so dirty. I can kind of get in here, but you can see they clump up in diapause. Again, quit focusing on my finger. But they are all down here. I just need to see, again, once they warm up, if the queen is okay. And let me see if I can zoom in for you to kind of see. Again, they're just such a mass down there. It's very hard to tell who is where and what is where. So I'll have to let them warm up and see where they want to go and what they want to do. But I just gave them some water. I'll fill up their sunburst back here, their sugar water, and then I'll clean up their outworld, and we'll see where they're going. But I just wanted to give everybody an update. I want to welcome the new subscribers to this channel. I've said it in other videos, and I'll say it again in this video. We are more or less an ant colony ourselves, and that's what I've kind of referred to the channel, where we're growing, and we're growing alongside the colonies. We're learning together. I'm not in any way, shape, or form an ant expert. I'm just a simple guy that likes to keeping ants and wants to share my experiences and my knowledge with you guys. And then, you know, there are a lot of you that may even know much more than me, and I've always encouraged you to put that in the comments below. I read every comment, and either I reply to it or I heart it, just so you know that I have seen your comment, and I do that with everybody. So if you got any suggestions or comments, or anything you'd like to say, put it down here. I'll read it. Welcome everybody, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but it's more of an update. I hope you had a great week, great morning, great day, whatever time it is where you're watching this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Take care and see you.